Hello there, I'm Tolvo. Welcome to my guide on Terror in Sekiro. Terror functions a little bit like petrification or curse in the Dark Souls games and will instantly kill you. It is a status ailment, so let's learn about how it works, attacks that do it, how to basically get around it, avoid it, resist it, or completely block it. On to the guide. So Terror in Sekiro has a build-up bar. The more terror you get, the more it fills up. When it reaches max, you instantly die. It's a little bit like Frenzy in that regard as well, from Bloodborne. Now, terror attacks are a form of magical attack. If you deflect them purely, you'll actually take damage. Depending on the attack, you'll also get terror buildup or not. For deflecting just the Headless sword, you won't. For deflecting Shichimen ones, you will still get terror buildup. Deflecting the Shichimen's beam will still cause damage but not cause terror buildup. Here an example with the Shichimen. Now I'm going to show some ways for dealing with terror that are not very effective. I'm going to use some examples like trying to dodge through does not work for many of them. It's a problem often relating to magic attacks that hit more than once, or in the case of Guardian Ape or Headless Ape, it is more of a large AoE that attacks many times at once. The spit, you also can't really iframe forward through. You can get around it. This right here, I'm showing that Mistraven does not actually solve the problem. Status ailments still affect you through Mistraven, so terror can still kill you. So you can still be poisoned, you can still be terrified, you can still do lightning reversal with Mistraven. As such, it's not really good for terror. Lightning reversal is really the only one where it's very good. It will help prevent the damage you would otherwise take. So there is that aspect to it, but it's better to just completely avoid it. On this sort of mist type, it won't work at all. You can use the Hidden Tooth or Bite Down to kind of reset yourself and allow yourself to get more revives. That kind of works just typically. For this sort of AoE area one, which is very rare, you can actually start a death blow. During the death blow, you're immune to terror, but not all ailments will work that way. Showing here, even deflecting this projectile gets rid of the initial damage in terror, but does not prevent the AoE after. For Guardian Ape, there are spots you can stand like behind him where it has less range, so it's a bit safer. It's better to run behind him. For certain ones, such as the Spit of True Corrupted Monk in third phase, you can actually dodge around. It's not too hard. You want to wait a second. If you dodge right away, she'll correct and fire at you. Here I'm showing you can't hit these orbs normally, but if you put Divine Confetti on your blade, when you swing your sword, you're actually going to destroy all the soul orbs in the Shichimen fight. Trying to block or deflect them is not very wise. It's better to usually run around them or cut through them. If you hold block, this will still deal damage and terror to you. However, if you deflect with Divine Confetti on your blade, you'll actually negate the damage and terror. I happen to have terror build up during these, but as you can see, the bar doesn't go up at all and I don't instantly die. This also works for the Headless type enemies. The Headless can be deflected without you taking any damage if you have Divine Confetti on your sword. This actually works for Sakura Bowl as well. Sakura Bowl is a little atypical. It doesn't do terror, but is a form of magic, and you can deflect it with Divine Confetti. You cannot deflect the Blazing Bowl, however, with Divine Confetti and take no damage. I've actually tested it doesn't work with the fire on the weapon either. So that's just a little atypical. These kind of all function differently in ways. But here just showing you can stay in the face of Headless. You don't have to do the step around trick. Headless has the ability to sort of summon these magic arrow swarms. They're really annoying. They're very random. They're frustrating. You usually want to run away, get around them, and use the environment. You can actually deflect them, but since more than one comes at a time, you'll deflect one and the rest will hit you. Using the Phoenix's Lilac Umbrella, you have a bit more deflect frames and invincibility frames, but it's not perfect. You can deflect various terror attacks and projectiles using the Phoenix's Lilac Umbrella. You'll take no damage, no terror. It's very handy, great for all sorts of fights. The problem is it uses an emblem every time you do that. It's kind of annoying for Charmless. I would not advise it. What's better is just holding it down. But as you can see here, I'm showing off various deflects with it. If you're Charmless and you just block with it instead of deflect, you'll actually take damage. It's a bit annoying. that has very few cases where it's that useful on Charmless. As you can see though, if you don't have the charm, you can block just fine. You can just hold this down. Press it once and hold it for however long you want during the fight. Each hit does not require an emblem, just taking it out does. So you can just stay like this for a while. Certain attacks will deal posture damage through it and others won't. For instance, the Headless sword will. Projectiles of the Shichimen will not. A fun thing, attacks that would normally throw you back with this actually leave you in place. So this also is blocking this sort of mist that comes. It's a little odd aspect of it that's not true for the Shichimen aura though. Here you can just hold it during the Shichimen fight. The Shichimen can't basically attack you at all. The only way it can hurt you through this on normal without the Charmless effect is if you walk right up against him as he's summoning. The summoning is an AoE that comes from the ground, it seems, so it actually ignores the shield. You can use this to just completely block the terror of the Guardian Ape's Headless form, actually. It's very handy. In general, this umbrella is really great if you're not doing Charmless. Right here, you can just hold it down and it will block the terror of the spit. Finally, I'll show the Shichimen and then this guide will be over. This is basically all you need to know how to deal with terror. Right here, as you can see, if I get close, it still builds up. Now, if you're still getting hit by terror and having it build up and you want to know how to deal with that, what you can use is either the pacifying agent or the purple mottled gourd. The gourd can be purchased from the memorial mob in Mibu. This memorial mob is found near the first idol before entering Mibo, found right after the Mist Noble at the bottom. The pacifying agents can be found in various areas as, like, basically loot in the level. You can also get it as random loot off of the zombies in the abandoned dungeon. It has a fairly consistent drop rate. If you use either while you have build-up, it will completely empty the bar. It will also give you resistance to terror for a very short time, like 30 seconds or so, I believe. It might be 40. It will not get rid of terror if you're already full. You'll be dead anyway. You can't use it. It can be used underwater. You don't have to upgrade it. The mottled gourd will refill every time you rest at an idol, similar to gourds, and you don't have to upgrade it at all. That should be about it for everything you need to know about terror in Sekiro. I hope this guide has helped. Remember, don't be afraid to know Ghost, and good luck in Sekiro. Bye!